Peace family. So I'm back with another one. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about being mindful of beings around you consistently saying they're making mistakes while you're ascending. So it's kind of tricky, right? When you growing and you ascending and you figuring out all this information and shit that's been happening on outside of you. You've been figuring out a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on inside of you. You've been learning your vessel. You've been learning who you are spiritually. And you learning about the beings and entities or should I say the entities that's inside these other vessels around us. You know what I'm saying? And when we growing and learning in these places, in these spaces, it's like outside of wanting to share the information and teach the ones around you as well, it's like you tend to give people more chances and opportunities. And I was just thinking, like, I realized, like, this in-between space, this transformation for us is it's a really tricky space, because it's almost like you have more portals that's open that's trying to access you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's everybody's right here, you know, and then you got a couple 1% of people that's up here. But then as we start growing and ascending, we're moving above the majority, which is right here. You know, I'm not saying that everybody's on the ground, but just you're raising above them. You know what I'm saying? So you haven't hit here, but you're in the in-between phase. Being in that in-between phase, it's like, it's almost like one of the best times where the witchy motherfuckers start trying to wiggle their way into your space. You know what I'm saying? Because now they are able to try and use what you're growing into against you. They're trying to use what you're growing into against you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I did the caterpillar butterfly thing. You know, they looking at you like spinning your shit, about to be like, yeah, nigga, I'm about to go into this cocoon real quick, you know, because I'm trying to get my wings. And they pulling on your shit like, wait, what are you talking about? And then you catch them pulling on it. You be like, oh, they like, oh, my bad, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. You turn your head again, and then they start pulling on your shit again. So it's taking you longer to cocoon, because every time you turn around, they not doing it, but they keep saying that it's a mistake, even though they are doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, dealing with motherfuckers in real lifetime, like being in this space, it's like a lot of people tend to use it's a mistake. It's a mistake. How the fuck do you know it's a mistake? See, a lot of things get misconstrued because it's like you're missing the internal, the spiritual interpretation of it. You can say it's a mistake, but your actions have to show that you meant it as a mistake. So, if like you come into my space and let's say you bumped into some shit, knocked it down, you didn't see it, but it was something that I kind of valued a little bit, and you say, oh, my bad, that's a mistake, I didn't mean to do that, you know what I'm saying? And then day two, you bring your ass in over again, and you're not being aware as you're walking in and what's going on, and you do the same thing again. You know what I'm saying? It's only but so many times somebody or a situation can happen that you're gonna take it as a mistake. Like, we at a place in space at this war right now, like, yes, people do make mistakes, but you have to understand what team they're on and where it's coming from. I am huge on knowing what team you're on. I am huge on it. I am fucking huge on it. You either with the creator and the universe vibing with all of this out here, or you're going against nature laws and you're opposition. You know what I'm saying? So I am huge on that. Once you get that down, you'll understand someone's perspective, and not saying like, oh, because they're opposition, you gotta fuck them up right now. It's just like, if you're talking and discussing something with somebody and they keep talking about making mistakes, then you have to reflect on that being. You don't have to, but what I do is I process that being interactions before, or like what they have going on now, or what they post on social media, blah blah blah, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and to incorporate it to get an ideology of where they're coming from. So if I know you on my team, then I know it's an honest mistake, because I know you're gonna be super self-aware to the 5th degree, you know what I'm saying, like to the point to where you already, it's probably done already crossed your spirit world as you come into my house the second time, like, damn, I felt bad last time I knocked that shit down and broke a piece of it off, so let me make sure I'm careful, you know, when I go into the house. But this is already crossing your spirit world before you even knock on your people's door, you know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of these things you can tell if it's like coming from a ill-intentioned place or a place where it's an honest mistake. But a lot of these motherfuckers is on a demonic team, and it's not an honest mistake. They doing shit with ill intentions, and they manipulating you with these spells and making you think that, oh, okay, well, mistakes do happen, and we are people. So, and it's like, nah, fuck all that. I've been dealing with you for 2 years. You done did this a couple times already now. It's like, nah, that's not no mistake. I've been dealing with you for 3 weeks. You done did this a couple times already. Nah, that's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. You know what I'm saying? They took that shit on purpose. It's not a mistake. They took that shit on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a war going on. So once you come into my space, you automatically have to know I'm a warrior. You have to know. It's like when you go to the doctor's office and you know it's a doctor. Yes, you carry yourself appropriately because there's a doctor. It's no different than if you get in the motherfucking, if you go to the corner store and you got somebody working a cash register. They like, you see a soldier, they're in their uniform. You know what I'm saying? You see a police officer, they're in their uniform. It's no different. Y'all just have to get into these fucking concepts to realize we all just blend together. It's not one uniform for the ones who's out here vibing with the creation. You know what I'm saying? And with the greater good, with the best intentions possible. You know what I'm saying? That's not mistaking everybody's shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking mistake. We make mistakes when it's like, we make mistakes all the time. But like I said before, you have to know which team is on. You have to know. If you don't know what team is on, then something that you are thinking is a mistake was really ill-intended, and they're going to continue to do it because it works. You believed the spell. You thought it was a mistake when it was done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people know you and know your energy and they coming around on that same shit, then you already know what time it is. Like, we have to stop being so blind and like so spiritually connected to someone that we don't want to let go, that we don't address these things, or we just keep looking past them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying like everybody don't have the same strength level. So if you don't have the same strength level, then I'm not telling you to address it, but you have to be aware and know that that shit is happening, and it's happening on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's not being done by accident. It's not a mistake. You know what I'm saying? These other entities and beings, like when you're not in a space, their energy is focused on you, but not in the way you think that it's focused on you. You know what I'm saying? It's not in that same manner. So you have to limit yourself to their encounters, you know, and you have to really maximize your self-awareness when you're in their space. So when I say maximize your self-awareness in your space, in their space, meaning like understand how you're feeling in all your chakras while you're engaging with them. You know what I'm saying? Think about your breathing and how that's having your body operate and functioning while you're encountering with these beings. You know what I'm saying? And if you are more advanced up here like me, then you can dive into their world as well. You can put a percentage on you, but you can dive more into their world to get a better understanding of where they're coming from. Why do they have this ideology to keep doing the same thing and saying mistake, or I didn't mean to, or it was an accident? It's weird when people say, like, when they get into a car crash and they call it a car accident, It's really just cars crashing. It's cars crashing. You could say it's an accident, but a lot of these words get accented out and get overused to the point to where it's like you don't even know the understanding of it or the value that it holds. If I do something and it's not to someone's liking, which happens from time to time, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just fucking life. I make sure that I show them that it was an honest mistake or that I appreciate their time and energy. I don't just tell them these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what I do. But I don't want to run it up too long, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.